Got it.
All right. Well, welcome to the first episode of Mushnock and Straub Sports Talk. This episode, we're going to be covering college football week 12. We're going to preview a little bit of the NFL week 11, and we're going to talk about upset specials that I have a few in college football. Eamon, what do you have this week for upsets?
Whew.
What league?
Um,
League. Let's start with that.
well, we're gonna do the league this week.
Yeah.
We're gonna do NFL. I'm taking the Lions over the Giants.
Okay.
I know the Lions don't look too great this year, even though they're a team that I like. I think Jared Goff's playing great. St. Brown's he's been banged up a little bit, but I think that's no reason to be nervous. He'll come back. And then you got the Lions line looks good, and Devontae Swift's healthy. So as long as they keep Saquon in check, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah, I also think that the Giants are kind of due for a loss, to be honest. I mean, they've been playing really good this year, and I mean, their track record isn't the greatest in terms of how much they stay good,
Mm,
I guess.
I agree, but especially for the fact that the Lions receivers, it's where they're lacking. I think
Mhm.
Daniel Jones has had a great year. If we look about who he's throwing to, his
True.
top receiver, I still think is Sterling Shepard, and he's been out. Kadarius Toney got traded after a year.
Yeah, and Kenny
And
Galladay just came back, but he
yeah,
hasn't done
and
anything.
he's $60 million in debt for the Giants right there. He lost
Yeah,
60 million. That man can't catch a ball.
yeah,
Um, I just I think the Giants can't keep giving Saquon 30 carries. They're gonna throw him into the ground.
yeah.
So I think they're due for a loss. I do. I think they're due, but I still think that they are a playoff team.
I agree.
I think they're a playoff team still. I do.
I think they'll probably be the 6 or 7 seed when
Yeah.
when it all
Um,
settled.
but you never know. I could see the Eagles
Plus,
slipping now.
Detroit rattled off 2 wins in a row against Green Bay and Chicago.
First time they did that in a couple of years.
Yeah, so
So
all right, well, you ready to start with first game?
yeah, let's do the first game. Let's go.
All right, so we're gonna start with number 7 USC at number 16 UCLA. USC is a 2.5 point favorite, and the over under is 76. Who do you have?
Taking UCLA. I am. USC's defense isn't what I would like it to be. Don't get me wrong. I think USC is a good team, but with Lincoln Riley as coach, I expected a lot more. And getting Caleb Williams plus Jordan Addison from Pitt and Oklahoma, I expected a lot more from this team. They should be undefeated, and I going into UCLA too. They have a great. I think Kelly's a great coach for what he's done for UCLA, and Dorian's a great quarterback for them. So I really see UCLA pulling this one out.
Yeah, so do I. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I mean, I know these schools aren't really separated by much, so there's really not much of a home field advantage. But I just think UCLA plays such a physical style of football. I think they're either leading the nation or very close to leading the nation in yards per carry. They're a very
I think
good
it's
running.
top three. I think you're right on that.
They're a very good running team, and I just think USC. I mean, Utah's a physical football team, and I mean, I watched a little bit of the game, not all, but they struggle with Utah, and I know that game came down to 1 point, but still, I think USC just doesn't have the defense, like you said, to deal with physical football teams.
I don't.
And
There's nobody standing out on that defense.
no, not really. And I'm also going with the over. I think it's gonna be a shootout.
I do too. I do too. Even though I'm not as high on Caleb Williams as much others. I think even I know people see him as a Heisman, but I also think playing in the Pac-12 and defenses not being too strong this year against them, it allowed them to stat pad a little bit.
Yeah.
And honestly, from moving from the Big 12 to the Pac-12 and adding a wide receiver like Addison, I was honestly expecting a lot more from him.
Yeah.
Like
No.
I think with the weapons that he has on that offense, playing in a slightly easier conference than most, I was expecting him to be what people consider CJ Stroud and them to be this year.
Yeah, and also I just heard USC lost their running back. I don't he's not going this game.
Uh,
Travis Dye, I think.
yeah. That I think that's gonna hurt them. That's gonna really kill the play action for them.
Yeah.
Especially with their leading rusher out. I don't see the play action working as well as people as they would hope.
And in recent weeks they've struggled to get Addison involved, which is
I
kind of scary if you're a USC fan and you have college football
oh yeah.
playoff aspirations.
But even Addison, I know he won the Blitnikoff last year, and people were really high on him. Still rated as a first round pick this year in the draft. Still, I don't think he's as high as a draft pick as people think he will be.
I think he'll go second round, to be
I
honest.
could see, I honestly see later in the first to team say Minnesota slipping. I think honestly though, wide receivers are always a high demand,
Yeah.
especially in our league now. So I really think that he'll end up going higher than he should be. But I'm really kind of disappointed with his production this year.
Yeah, so am I. I mean,
But I agree. I think the over under is going to be over 76.
oh, I agree.
Worst case scenario, it'll end up in the low 70s, like right below 76.
Yeah, I mean, I think both defenses aren't great. I mean,
Uh-uh.
this just has shootout written.
Both quarterbacks can throw the ball. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They both can read the field. But I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think both quarterbacks, I predict like 300 yards both ways.
Yeah, I think Dorian Thompson Robinson's having a very underrated year at UCLA this
I
year.
don't think anybody's talking about it as much as we should be.
I mean, UCLA really kind of screwed themselves with that loss to Arizona.
I think so too. If
But
they would have gone in here with as a one-loss team, I think it'd be a little
potentially
different.
be a top 10 matchup.
Exactly. I think if they're one loss, I think they'd be top 8 if they were still one loss. I think before they lost to Arizona, they were top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if it's a one loss game, this is potentially the winner of the Pac-12. And whoever wins this game, I think plays Oregon in the final.
Yeah.
So that's my prediction. I think and I honestly, if I'm going to be up front, I think the winner of this game right here that we're talking about is going to win the whole Pac-12.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't think Oregon's as great as people think. I think watching them play Washington the way they did, I'm a little nervous about the coaching.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, one thing I didn't like about the coaching is they didn't put Bo Nix in on that fourth down.
Exactly.
I mean, he's a Heisman he's not a front runner, but he's in the conversation potentially to win the Heisman. I don't think he will. I think he's a long shot. But also, I mean, he's ever since that Georgia game, he's played great football.
I think something clicked. Honestly, I think something clicked.
Plus, like traveling the whole way across the country and playing basically a road. I mean, the game was in Atlanta. That's not a neutral.
It's basically a home game for Georgia.
Yeah, that's.
But still, my thing about Bo Nix is the same for Caleb Williams. I kind of expected more. I expected him to play like this.
Yeah.
And I don't like the Pac-12's defense all around. So
I like the Big 12.
Yeah, I just felt like seeing him go against an SEC school like that with like a top defense like Georgia is. I want to see more out of those kind of defenses to him against those defenses to see, what he can actually do when he has that pressure in the corners or like they are.
I agree. We're going to move to the next game.
So who are you picking?
I'm going UCLA in the over.
All right. We're agreeing on this one. All right.
Oh, Illinois, unranked Illinois at number 3, Michigan. Games in the big house. I think I'm going to go Michigan. I think
I knew you would.
But I just think they're that good. I think they can beat Ohio State again.
Fuck that, dude. Your dick's out for fucking Michigan.
No, I just like the way they play football. I mean, I would like to see more from the quarterback, JJ McCarthy, but I think they've relied on the run game way too much to where like he doesn't have to make those throws.
Yeah.
But I mean, because they play Ohio State next week, and I think if their defense can't stop Ohio State's offense and
If
McCarthy can't make plays, that's a disaster for
Yeah,
Wolverines.
but I don't think we should get ahead of ourselves for that Ohio State game. I think Illinois is a huge threat. I do. Illinois has one of the top defenses in the nation. And I think we're at the point where, I'm a Penn State guy, and watching Corum run all over us was the biggest issue. But I think Illinois has a great rush defense. So I think as long as they stop Corum, which I think they do this week, I think Corum doesn't get more than 100 yards.
Oh,
I know. I think they
bold
do
take.
well. But I think the biggest issue for Michigan, not even just their defense, I think their wide receivers are the biggest weak spot.
Yeah.
I think every year, though, it's like their biggest weak spot.
I agree.
They don't produce. Like, I think the last big name they had coming out of there was Devin Funchess.
He was a tight end.
And he turned into tight end.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He was a wide receiver gone tight end. And I just don't. Michigan doesn't have the passing game that they need to win the big games. I feel like. I think the running game is fantastic. They have a great run attack. They got great running back who I think will go high end in the draft. I think at least first two, or I think second or third round.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any running backs taken in the first round this year.
I think Bijan Robinson will.
We'll talk about running backs are such a disposable position though in the NFL.
But Arizona needs that kind of guy.
Yeah, I don't.
And Arizona will be middle of the pack draft wise. You put them right in.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, but no, I think Illinois pose a bigger threat than people think. I think easily they cover that 18 points.
Okay.
I would say that they could win this game. It's not like they're that bad of a team. It's not like they're. I think the ranking for them was. I understand it was a slip up last week.
Yeah.
It was the first time their defense had really given up anything big. It was their only big game it wasn't even that big of a game for them, but it was the only game of the season so far where you could say the defense is what messed them up. Yeah. So, and I think this is, and if we're going the over under 40.5, I'm so going over.
I'm going the under.
You're going under. I think it's going to be over.
I don't think Illinois has the offense.
I think they both score at least 20 points.
Yeah.
Like I could see
it. If they both score 20 points, we're at 40. But I think honestly, realistically, at least. I think Michigan could win this game like, oh hell, I don't know, 28-7.
So here's my thing. I think if Michigan wins, it's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah.
If Illinois win, it's gonna be by a touchdown or less.
I agree with that.
In my mind, I see them winning like 27-24.
Okay.
So I think close game. Even if Michigan wins, even though I could see them blowing them out, I still think Michigan keeps it. I think Illinois keeps it close.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm going with Illinois that game.
Okay. Well, here we are.
Cool.
Arguably the game of the week for me personally.
I wouldn't disagree. I think this is number 2 on my list.
Yeah, number 10 Utah at number 12 Oregon. Give me the Utes and give me the over. The line shifted. Oregon was a 3-point favorite, I think, a couple days ago, and then it shifted to Utah being my 2-point favorite. I just think I don't know how healthy Bo Nix is going to be. I think that Oregon defense gave up way too many big plays last week to Washington, and I think Utah's offense, to be honest, is very underrated. I don't think it gets talked enough about. And I think
I don't know the quarterback in Utah that much.
Cam Rising, I think he's a good quarterback.
They put points on. I'm hesitantly taking Oregon, and I say that just because Bo Nix.
Okay.
Bo Nix is the key to this game. I think he's the key to Oregon's success. I don't think Oregon's defense is bad at all. Sewell's on there. I like him. Fan.
Yeah.
But Oregon's offense, we saw what happened with Washington.
Yeah.
Runs through Bo Nix. If he's healthy and he's playing, or I'd even take Bo Nix at 70%. if he's 70% healthy and we're getting him in that game, I'm
Yeah,
taking.
but I think Utah honestly is better than Washington, and I think Utah.
Oh, I agree.
I think the way Utah plays, like they play physical football. I mean, that's just kind of their MO, and
Mm,
I think I, you. I don't probably going to catch a lot of flack for saying this, but the Utah reminds me of how Georgia plays. I'm not
you
saying
think?
I'm not saying they're equally as talented because obviously
Yeah,
Georgia's in its own world this year. But
that
both
we'll talk about that, but I disagree
they're
with.
they're both very physical football teams.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Utah and Georgia. But
I agree. I agree.
I'm
I
going
just don't think Utah's defense. They're missing that Devin Lloyd to me.
yeah. I mean,
I think that's when they lost. The run game against them was big. I just feel like Utah as a whole, they're missing that defensive heart. And I think the key for Oregon this week, if they want to pull it out, is that they need to give Bo Nix a little help, and that's all in the run game.
yeah,
Just like we were saying about Michigan, they need to balance it out.
yeah. I
You're
agree.
not gonna be able to win this game or any of these big games lopsided on attacks.
No, I
So
agree.
and honestly, I like Oregon in this game. I think their offensive coordinator is a great offensive coordinator, and I think he'll be able to come up with a game plan for Utah. This has been a good game the past few years.
Yeah. No, I'm going with the over. I think this is going to be another I think this has a chance to be a 30, 40 point
Yeah,
game.
I
Not even
agree.
like 40 to 35, something like that.
I would say over as long as Bo Nix is quarterback. Bo Nix not quarterback. I'm going under.
To be honest, I think that's why the line shifted
I
because
think it is. I think people are worried a lot about Bo Nix.
yeah. So
So
yeah.
we'll see how it goes. As I said, hesitantly, very very nervous about the picking Oregon on this one, but I'll take that +2.
Okay. That's such a like narrow margin. I hate
It
that.
is. It
I
is.
hate games like that.
It's a tricky one. It's not. Oh, here's my favorite game of the week.
Oh, this is actually this is my second. This is my second.
Second, this is the most entertaining. I think the biggest game of the week is coming up for us.
Yeah.
But this is the one I'm most excited about. I really am. So,
I'm gonna go Kansas
ah,
+9. I think Kansas is gonna win outright. And I mean, watching Texas last week on offense, that was that was a catastrophe. That was
yeah.
TCU's defense. I mean, they're good, but they're not that good.
My thing was though, I'm if we're talking football, I like a balanced attack. And Bijan only had 10 rushes, I think.
Yeah,
And
They had no game plan. It's like they didn't know what
no, they didn't. And it was frustrating because I think Sarkisian is a good head coach. They have the quarterback of their future. Actually, I don't know about that.
well, I
But
mean, they're getting Arch Manning, so
exactly, that's what I'm saying. You get Arch Manning, that's a game changing for a program.
yeah.
But Quinn Ewers is no like slack. He was a number one overall recruit coming in. He's a good quarterback. I think you need to help him with. I think the offense on that line needs to be more sturdy. I really do. I
No,
don't
I
think
agree.
they don't help that much. And the fact that your number one offensive weapon only had 10 carries.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on,
not good.
no, it's not good at
But
all.
also, I will say this, this may be a little bit of a hot take. If Kansas's starting quarterback does not get hurt, they win the Big 12 this year.
If Jane Daniels
Yeah.
doesn't get hurt, I think they're at least playing for the Big 12.
I think they win it.
I don't know because I like Dugan from TCU
Yeah.
and that wide receiver's good guy.
No, he's insane.
So and I think their connection together um I don't know how I don't really like Kansas's defense that much.
Yeah.
I think they're a little hit and miss. So I don't know. I just wouldn't really feel comfortable Kansas being all like I don't get me wrong, their quarterback is great, but I didn't think their whole offense should have shut down the way it did.
Yeah.
And the defense gave up so many big plays the past couple weeks.
I agree. but
And I love Quentin Johnson. I do.
yeah.
So,
Uh,
I'm going Texas though. I'm going Longhorns.
Horns
Up.
down, horns
No,
down.
horns up. We're going horns up. All right, we're not doing this. -9. I think it's easy. But I don't think the over's hitting. I think we're going under in this game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's the under as well. So
I don't. I just don't see both. Sides taking the over on that.
so
Oh, look. All right.
So now we got number 5, Tennessee. Go Vols.
Bush's #1 game of the week, of course.
At South Carolina. I mean, this is easy.
Well,
Tennessee.
yeah.
Tennessee -21.5. I'm going the over 66. Tennessee will beat them fucking 70-0.
I do. I think Rattler might be able to get a touchdown or two on on their second teamers.
I honestly thought Spencer Rattler was not the problem at Oklahoma. I just thought it wasn't a great fit for him, honestly. And you have that.
That's
but
not.
honestly, but honestly, after watching him play at South Carolina, he doesn't have any like wow to him. You know what I mean? He's just very pedestrian.
I think that he went into Oklahoma with a pair of nuts. I think he felt like he was slanging the big recruit on campus. Freshman got a quarterback. Things went south immediately.
Yeah.
His confidence went straight down the drain. Fucking Coyones went away. All right. Lincoln, you got fucking quarterback leaves, coach leaves. Caleb Williams even came in and became a star, so he sat the bench. And he goes South Carolina, which I didn't think it was going to be a bad spot for him.
He's not playing bad, but he's not playing
smaller
great.
SEC team. They don't have a ton of expectations.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting South Carolina to be top 25.
And they were ranked at one point, but they lost. I think they lost to Missouri, didn't they?
Yeah. And it's not like it's not like the Jadeveon Clowney team or when they had Lattimore before he tore his ACL.
Oh, he was so good.
His ACL, MCL, everything in that knee went gone. Yeah. But I really thought that he would be able to reposition himself into what people thought he was going to be. Don't get me wrong, he's going to stay another year.
Yeah.
He hasn't proved enough to go to the draft. So, and I don't think he could anyway. He couldn't either.
I think
remember because him and Caleb Williams went together, I thought.
Well, I don't know. It's either he's draft eligible or he's 1 year off.
Yeah. I thought him and Williams were together. But anyway, I think he's going to stay no matter what. Even if he was draft eligible, he'd get 6th, 7th round pick, maybe 5th.
I'd say 6th or 7th.
I haven't even seen. I've seen them play, and I just don't see the wow that he used to have.
No, I agree.
He just doesn't seem confident in his abilities anymore. No. And South Carolina's defense, no offense to South Carolina, great school. Gamecocks used to be great. They were fun. Defense is fucking awful.
Hold on, I'll be back real quick.
Fucking awful. Fucking shit. Sponsored by great beer, Budweiser. Yeah, while he's gone, might as well say Tennessee's gonna plow them pretty badly.
I'm back. All right, we're gonna move on. We're running low on time.
Oh, this is my game. This is the game of the week for me.
Give me Georgia -22.5, and give me
taking Kentucky.
Ooh.
I think we've talked throughout the week. Kentucky's been on a little bit of a losing streak. I think they have 4 losses this year. Not the Kentucky team that we all thought they were going to be. Understandable. Will Levis got hurt a little bit. That's my quarterback of the year. I think he's the best quarterback coming in this draft. Levis got hurt with his hand. Kentucky's run game didn't get going. Their O-line's been iffy all year long. I think they actually put it all together, and they win any big game, it's going to be this one. I think Georgia's thinking that it's going to be an easy walk in the park. And don't get me wrong, I think Georgia's defense, amazing. I think the past 2 years has been stellar for Georgia. But Stetson Bennett has been playing well, but I just don't – he's not the quarterback I see other people talking about.
I think he's a good quarterback. I
So
mean,
do I think he's a game manager, though.
yeah, no, I
He's
mean,
a Jimmy Garoppolo in my mind, I love Jimmy G. I do.
Yeah.
I love Jimmy G. I just don't think Stetson Bennett's he's like a Walmart version of Jimmy G.
pretty much. Well, okay, so we gave a little bit of preview for the NFL with your upset special.
Hey, we gotta do our upsets for NCAA for the week.
Yeah, so you
Who do you
gave yours for
think-
the NFL. I'll give. Well, I'm just going to preview the NFL a little bit. So,
All right. We'll go back to the upsets then.
what's that?
We'll go back to the NCAA upsets.
Yeah, that's the next slide.
All right.
So, well, me and you were going to the Steeler game
We are going to the Steelers
Sunday.
game.
They're
Boys,
playing the Bengals.
love you Steelers, but we want a loss.
Yeah, that's the thing. I told you earlier this week, I think it would be bigger of a failure of a season if they made the playoffs and lost rather than losing now and getting a top 5, top 10 draft pick.
You know how I feel. I hate mediocrity. I hate when the Steelers get between the fucking 15 pick and the goddamn 20 pick. We constantly do it. We're either on the border or we never make a goddamn playoff run. I don't like Pickett. I hate Pickett. I hate Mike Tomlin too. Okay.
More time.
I hate both. Okay.
Right.
I do think Pickett needs another year to evaluate, see where we're at. But I want that top 3 pick because the first 2 are going to be quarterbacks. And I want fucking Willie Anderson.
Oh, I want Will Anderson too.
I want Willie Anderson. And then I want, if I can't get him, I want Peter Skoronsky from Northwestern. That's my guy.
It's either
He's my safety pick.
their first round pick should either be an edge rusher or offensive tackle.
Yeah, no D lineman. Jalen Carter, got nothing against you at all. I just think the Steelers' biggest priority should not be the D line right now. I think you're a great prospect. I do. Not what the Steelers need, though. Nothing against you.
No, I agree. All right, moving to the upset special real quick. I have two. I have 2 in the Big 12 that I love.
Ooh.
I love.
All right, let me hear it.
I think number 4 goes down this week. I'm going the Baylor Bears.
We were talking about the Baylor Bears this week. All right.
And here's the other one. Oklahoma is a 7.5 point favorite against Oklahoma State.
Okay.
I'm going the Cowboys to win that game.
Both unranked. So
Well, Oklahoma State's 22nd now.
are they actually?
Yeah, they're 7-3. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, they've lost some bad games.
Yeah,
so
they
it's
did.
kind of
That's
felt
what-
like
they were
fallen off
okay.
into the
All
earth.
right. I'm with you on that one. I'm taking the Cowboys.
All right.
I have 2. My first one, because I'm going to the game this week, I'm taking Boston College over Notre Dame.
Oh,
Okay. That's my big one. I think Boston College is coming out of NC State with an upset, taking them for another week. I don't like Notre Dame. All right. Absolutely hate them. And those 3 losses, especially against freaking Marshall. Come on.
and Stanford.
And dude, exactly. At least Marshall got ranked at one point. Stanford should not have been a loss. I'm not taking them. I think Boston College. I would, even though Phil Dracovich's the homeboy of ours,
Yeah.
from the hometown. Their backup quarterbacks making magic work.
Yeah. I think. What's the line on that game? Notre Dame's a 21 point favorite.
I'm not
I
as worried as people think.
don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. No, but Notre Dame has had some good wins though this year.
They do. I can't say they don't. But I also think that's why my second pick's just as big.
Yeah.
I'm taking Miami over Clemson.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
That game has a trap written all over
They
it.
do because Clemson has everything to lose. Miami's at the point where they're 500. They have nothing to lose. Why not?
Yeah.
So those are my 2 big boys. I'm taking Boston College and Miami. Let's go. We're going with the U.
Ooh, the U. Is the U back? No,
No, they're not. But
they
they're going
won't
to
be
be back.
back.
They'll be back for this game, though.
Remember when Miami and Texas A&M were ranked
Yeah, high. Let's remember they were highly ranked.
and they
The
played each
turnover
other.
chain. Come on, where's the turnover chain, baby?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the NFL. We got some games to talk about.
Yeah.
These are big boys.
So we have about 10 minutes left. I thought it was only
Got
half
this?
an hour, so that's
Hey,
my bad on that.
fine.
So the game I really wanted to talk about is the Thursday night game, of course, but I mean, we're recording on Thursday.
Yeah,
Upload it. I'm
we
gonna
missed it. We get back next week, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna upload the episode tomorrow, so everyone's gonna know what happens. But I really love the Titans here. Green Bay is a 3 point.
You taking the Titans?
I love the Titans. I think the Titans thrive off of adversity, and I just love Mike Vrabel. I think he's a great coach.
I do too. I'm gonna disagree though on this one. I think the Packers are coming off a huge win against the
It
Cowboys.
was also a very emotional win. It was Mike
Exactly.
McCarthy's
Dude,
first game
don't
back.
get me wrong. I think the relationship between Matt LaFleur and Rodgers sucks. They're
Yeah,
not on the same page at all. But it was a big game for Mike McCarthy, and the Cowboys fucked it up. They did. They messed it up. Whatever. Can't be mad about it. Green Bay found a way to get the win. I think that Christian Watson is finally getting into his own. I finally think he's getting comfortable with Rodgers.
3 touchdowns last week.
Yeah. And they got the run game going. And no offense to
Something you
the
need.
Titans defense, you guys took Bud Dupree, which was the biggest blessing in Steeler history.
Wow.
No, I don't care. He was a product of TJ Watt. And
Most of it, yes. But
no,
you can tell
Bud Dupree,
whenever-
for a first round pick, he was not what we wanted.
well, when he tore his ACL in 2020, you could tell how much his absence impacted because they had no depth.
Yeah, well, now we got Alex Highsmith, who's doing just what Bud Dupree is. He was a third round pick too.
That's how it's going to be with every guy on that defense. Because
I'm not saying anything, but when we're wasting a first round pick on him,
yeah, but you know you're wasting it until he plays.
Yeah, but we got a guy in the third round from Charlotte University who's doing better than him at this point.
Yeah.
So, and they paid him way too much. I don't think that defense is good. They lost Landry for the year.
They still have Kevin Byard.
They do. Don't get me wrong. That's over the top though. In the middle, they got nobody.
Yeah, but Green Bay is going to pass the ball more than run it. I mean, they have.
I don't. Yeah, but do you think so though? When you have AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones now, and they got the run game going last week, they're going to be hitting on it. That's why I'm taking the Packers. I think they got a more balanced game. They got no passing game in the Titans offense.
Don't sleep on Tannehill, man.
I don't. I didn't like.
I mean, I don't think he's like a eye-popping quarterback, obviously.
No, but he's
serviceable.
He doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, but also that offense runs through Derrick Henry.
Didn't last year.
Well, yeah, he was hurt.
And they got the number 1 seed.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't think Tannehill gets the credit, so I will give him the credit that I think he always deserves. All right, where are we going next? What's the next game?
Cowboys Vikings.
Oh, there we go. Vikings. I'm not even.
It's a 425 kick though.
Still Vikings.
Kirk Cousins.
It's not a Monday night game.
Well,
it's not Monday night. If it's played on Sunday, I'm taking Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, it's Sunday, 425 kick.
Kirk Shiesty? Come on.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Now I want to take the Cowboys, but something's just holding me back. I don't know what it is.
It's because Trayvon Diggs is not going to be able to guard Justin Jefferson.
That and
Justin Jefferson's going for 150 yards.
I just think the Vikings offense is just good.
Oh, it is. This is their year. I think this is, if I had to pick, if everybody always talks about the Vikings, this is the year they're finally putting it all together. Mike Zimmer's gone. Best thing they did, that O'Connell knows how to run the offense.
No, I agree.
So,
And yeah,
Dallas folks got to run the ball down their throat too.
I'm going Vikings as well. I just am.
I just feel like too that offense, what they did against the Bills defense, who was a great defense. Dallas defense is not comparable.
No, I agree.
So, all right, I'm glad we're on the same page with the Vikings.
All right, we'll do one last game real quick.
All right, let's get it in. We got 4 minutes, baby.
We're gonna do the New York Jets
Oh,
at the New England Patriots.
for all my family members back home in New York, let's go Patriots.
I agree. I think the
Taking
Patriots
the pass.
win.
Yep.
I think the injury, Brees Hall injury, or was it Brees Hall that got hurt?
It was Brees Hall.
Yeah,
Brees Hall tore his ACL, plus Elijah Varick Tucker, who you guys took with in the first round 2 years ago, is out for the year with a torn triceps, I believe it is.
Yeah, Mekhi Becton's out too.
Yeah, I think Mekhi Becton's gonna get cut or at least traded.
Yeah, he's hurt all the time.
He's hurt all the time. He's too big. If he was on the field and he's healthy, he's good. He can't stay healthy though, so you can't give him that money.
I agree. Yeah, I love the Patriots. I think Bill Belichick's obviously the best coach of all time.
And they're putting it together now.
I think Ramondre Stevenson, the Patriots running back,
You know how I feel about Mac Jones.
I love Mac Jones. Great quarter. Well,
I think Zach Wilson.
His stats are kind of pedestrian this year. Actually, they're worse than pedestrian. His stats stink.
Who, Mac Jones is?
Well, actually, so does Zach Wilson. So.
Yeah, but Mac Jones missed a game. They both missed time.
Yeah, but I think this game honestly comes down to what quarterback doesn't make a mistake.
Exactly. And in my mind, Mac Jones makes less mistakes.
Yeah.
He does. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, like New York, no one saw the Jets being this good.
No, but
I don't think they're a great team. I think they've won. Well, I mean, they did beat the Bills, but the Bills have kind of had
they're plateauing a little.
Yeah.
They beat the Steelers, but I'm not counting that game, even though I was there, because one, TJ Watt, I don't even think he played that game.
No, he was out.
And then we put fucking Kenny Pickett in.
Yeah.
And he threw 3 interceptions in 1/2.
Yeah, no, I mean,
and
that Jets defense though is young and exciting though, I will say.
But do you know what they remind me of? The 2010 Jets. They remind me of the 2010 Jets. You know why?
Ooh.
They had an exciting coach who I still love, Rex Ryan. If you ever see this, I love Rex Ryan. I do. One of the best defensive coaches out there. They had a top defense. So they had Revis, they had Bart Scott on that team. I think Muhammad Wilkerson was a first round pick that year, if I believe so, the 2010, 2011, something like that. It might have been Sheldon Richardson. They had a great defense. And then they had a young quarterback who people were iffy on, and they had a good run game.
No, that's true.
Mark Sanchez.
That honestly kind of.
Who we called Mark Sanchez. Everybody called him that. Was seen to be the next guy, just like Zach Wilson was. Top 5 pick, both were. And I don't see Zach Wilson finishing out his contract.
Ooh.
I don't think they'll pick up that 5th-year option. And I think the Jets are going to realize that they get a chance to actually get an established quarterback. Or if they have even a chance to get the top quarterback, they'll take it.
No, I agree. All right. Well, we're running low on time. So that does it for episode 1.
Episode 1 of Mushnock and Straub Sports.
Well, make sure you like and subscribe when this gets posted.
Next week, bigger than ever.
Yep. Next week, rivalry week. So we're gonna have some big games, some good NFL games. We're gonna do a little Thanksgiving special.
Also, we're gonna do coverage on the Heisman. We're gonna start doing videos on who we think won the Heisman, and we're gonna do in the future toward April. We'll